Easily my favorite story of the week. Kevin Durant is potentially using what they call a burner Twitter account to defend himself to fans on Twitter. Now, we all know Kevin Durant over the summer from his official @KDTrey5 account has been clapping back at pretty much all the haters.
Anybody.
And also, even to the haters, he's been giving away free shoes, which is kind of in some way a flawed moral high ground. Somebody once said to him on Twitter, "I'm broke, you're charging $180 for your shoes, you're a disloyal snake," and he screenshotted the DM, size and address.
So he's buying his.
Sometimes he's buying
the
fans.
affection.
Buying fans.
Let's quickly dive into the rabbit hole of if this is true.
There you go.
Nailed it. We'll start with element number 1. Harrison MC 15 found this tweet. KD has secret accounts what he uses to defend himself and forgot to switch to them when he was replying to this guy. I'm actually speechless. This is on Sunday. KD Trey, man, I respect the hell out of you. Give me one legitimate reason for leaving OKC and getting a championship. And then very oddly in the third person, he didn't like the organization or playing for Billy Donovan. His roster wasn't that good. It was just him and Russ, continues to say. Imagine taking Russ off that team. See how bad they were? KD can't win championships with those cats. How's it going? Next, we have Tim Cato's tweet where he said that his brother has tagged a different Instagram account that, according to many, Choir Sultan, that...
Real quick, Choir Avenue and Sultan Avenue are streets in Kevin Durant's hometown.
Okay.
So that,
fair.
Put that together.
Fair point.
Oh, Illuminati confirmed.
T. Durant, his brother,
I have
Kevin Durant's
no idea
brother.
what you just said.
Illuminati confirmed. T. Durant, he puts it to the next element, and we can show you exactly why that's a little bit strange, because it seems like a lot of Kevin Durant's friends in the NBA, Draymond, Andre Roberson, Big Sean, follow what would be his.
Andre Roberson, what school?
Was he an Indiana guy?
Nope.
I don't remember.
Colorado.
Sco Buffs. This is probably his personal account or one that he uses to defend himself.
One other quick note, the profile picture is a picture of Goodfellas, Kevin Durant's favorite movie.
Now you're just pulling shite out your ass.
No, I'm not. I thought you were going,
yeah, but the screenshot of an Android, does he use an Android? No, I'm just kidding. It's not Kevin Durant's actual phone.
Androids could be used for burner phones.
That's a good point.
Nokias are the known burner phones, people. We know the Nokias.
Never forget, some people used to buy cases for their Nokia 315s.
Nokia used to be like is that not like the drug dealer phone?
The brick phone.
Oh,
has Snake on.
Has Snake on.
Parachute.
Great phone.
Frank Kaminsky's tweet, the Frenchman. I actually like the idea of a burner Twitter. Nobody has my back like I have my back.
He's actually a good French pull.
Joel Embiid that's what I said. He's the Frenchman. That's why I made
If you weren't gonna say it, I would.
Joel Embiid is better than MJ ever was. Hashtag burner Twitter. Hashtag facts.
Go back to Kaminsky's tweet for a second. What about him as French?
His style of play, Rick.
No, you gotta read it like he would say. I actually like the idea of burner Twitter. Nobody has me back like I have me back.
Yeah. So Justin, according to at TechCrunch in San Francisco, asked about the Twitter snafu. This is Kevin Durant's response. He admitted to using the burner account. I have another Instagram account, but that's just for my friends and family. So I wouldn't say I was using it to clap back at anyone. I use Twitter to engage with fans. I think it's a great way to engage with basketball fans. I happen to take it a little too far. That's what happens sometimes when I get into these basketball debates about what I really love to play basketball. I don't regret clapping back at anybody or talking to my fans on Twitter. I do regret using my former coach's name and the former organization I played for. That was childish. That was idiotic, all those types of words. I apologize for that. I don't think I'll stop engaging with fans. I really enjoy it, and it's a good way to connect us all.
But I'll scale back a little bit.
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting that was the last.
You a PSN.
Definitely want to move on and keep playing basketball. All right, so here's what's gonna happen, Kevin.
Kevin.
For all of the clapbacks that he had, he is now going to get clapped back 1,000,001 times. Deal with it. It's sort of like when you break up with a girlfriend. Like, they're allowed to hate you. They're allowed to be mad at you. There's this period where they're mad, and then they look on Facebook 2 years later and they're like, oh, good to see he's doing well. That's exactly what's going to happen. People are going to hate you. They're going to be in your mentions on Instagram, on Twitter, what have you. A Kevin Durant hashtag is probably going to be trending. And then you're going to go put up 55 against the Kings and everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, he's a good basketball player. And we're going to move on. That's it.
I could not agree. I could not disagree more. You're giving sports fans way too much credit to get over things.
Gentlemen, the question for discussion here is there any excuse for this level of pettiness? Does this make every critic of Durant right?
I don't know. I feel like that's a very serious question. I was going because it's such the light heart. You can't answer your own question if you ask me a question.
You did that yesterday. You literally did that yesterday.
How do you remember that? But you don't remember how many times you bring up that I've got shoes on.
Shoes.
So I look at it in a lighter note. I think that this makes someone like, it makes Kevin Durant funny in my opinion that he would do this. Obviously there's gonna be the speculation that he's just so like shallow that he has to go and validate his own move because he's probably having some underlying second guessing thoughts about whether he did betray his old team. I've shared my opinion on that. I'm not gonna waste my breath to say that players wanna win championships. It happens in my sport every single day. It's no big surprise to me. What? My sport's fashion? I like that you commented on that. It means I must be doing something right.
David Beckham,
yeah, I mean,
soccer.
Ronaldo, Suarez, it all happens. I mean, it's just when it happens with their move to win championships.
Because Ronaldo fashion fits.
Yeah, it does.
Suarez, no.
No, not so much. But it happened in basketball. Everyone goes crazy. It's the same way that it happens when you start to put the branding on the jerseys. People lose their mind here when they're playing at the American Airlines Arena. Like a branded stadium. So yeah, I don't really care about the whole thought process behind it. I think it makes him like a troll. There's no doubt. It makes him the most the ultimate NBA troll. But I think that it just gives us something to bask in the offseason. I think it's fun.
I agree.
I think that it just gives us like this false sense of importance when the NBA is not doing anything at the moment. Like we get Kyrie Irving on so that we can ask him, do you care about LeBron James? Did he say something? We're like, I don't really care, but I guess everyone else does. So I think this is just another story to fill that void. And I
Not like the NBA offseason needed something else though. Like this has been one of the most entertaining off seasons I think I've ever experienced as a human being.
This one's special.
It is special.
Because it's Kevin Durant.
Because
like if DeMar DeRozan had a burner Twitter, who gives a shit? Like it's not.
We'd care.
I mean, we would care, but most people wouldn't care as much.
But that's not the thing. It doesn't matter. I guess like the player kind of matters, but it also matters about getting caught in the act. So everyone is just like, ha ha, see? Ha! Like everyone wants to build up somebody to then bring him down.
It's funny. Like this is a guy who we just talked about a week ago.
You know who doesn't find this funny?
Who?
Kevin Durant.
No, Kevin Durant, I don't think.
Dude,
how do I word this one? Look, Kevin Durant last week released shoes, or it might have been early this week, but he released this KD 10 celebration shoes where on the inside of those shoes, he put what all the critics said about him, and he also put his finals numbers. So you can't say at this point that Kevin Durant doesn't care about what's being said to him. Whereas I'm gonna compare somebody else who's also brilliant at the Twitter and also brilliant on social media, and I talk about him all the time. Joel Embiid makes fun of himself, makes fun of his awkwardness for being a 7-footer who is just bigger than everybody else and dances funny, and he's able to take that joke. Some people don't carry that with them. They can't make fun of themselves. It's just you either have it or you don't. Kevin Durant falls under that category. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a burner Twitter. I think it's hilarious that it's Kevin Durant, and this will only make it so he has more critics. So if he thinks he's helping his cause by clapping back at fans, speaking in the third person, and taking a dump on Westbrook and Billy Donovan in the same sentence, it's not. It's good.
I thought he was defending Russ. It was like it was just me and Russ.
He said, "Oh, just me and Russ. We can't defend those cats." Billy Donovan to getting a blunt end of that one.
Real quick, SB Nation found something that I think is pretty interesting, and why I don't necessarily agree with what you said, because he's taking it way too seriously, as opposed to, the Frenchman Kaminsky, the Cameroonian Joel Embiid, what have you. There were screenshots taken from Queer Sultan. He said, "You weak though. You don't play. You sit the bench, N-word. Nobody knows you. Me and you know both that when you go to sleep at night, you know that you don't get no clock, laughing my ass off. And your dick riding ass got Katie on your page. Your bum ass was begging for a picture and then start talking shit on Instagram. Gorillas don't do that. Bitches do that. Your little ass ain't playing varsity. You better start rapping, laughing my ass off. Why are you talking so much shit like you don't live at home with both your parents? Like, this is too serious for a burner Instagram or Twitter or what have you.
Right.
Make fun of yourself. Don't take life so seriously.
That's if it's,
people are gonna
all
hate you.
true.
It just happens.
This is all true. First of all, that sounds like a 10-year-old troll. Which
It was from the Queer Sultan.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Though, to be fair here, it doesn't all add up.
I got more. Shut up, pussy. You a bitch.
This is quite literally the comment section on every single video. Like, that's what it is.
But that's what, okay, so that's what Kevin Durant is.
Yeah, that's what my.
If this is him.
When I'm saying that I'm laughing at the whole situation, it doesn't mean that I'm not laughing at Kevin Durant for doing this. Like, you hit the nail on the head, Jason. Did Kevin Durant, out of any of the athletes that are superstars today, takes media interpretation of him to heart the most, right?
He does.
And you can't sit and firmly criticize it, because it clearly has a motivational factor to him, right? He clearly is driven by it. If it's true, like, so well, I mean, he's commented on the media in the past before.
Yes.
And he's been outspoken about it. And you've seen when he was celebrating with his mum after the NBA Finals, they were all about, like, the haters have motivated me. And I'm a big fan of that. Like, use that as your motivation. But if you use it so that in your spare time, you're just getting into Twitter debates and calling people out, I just think that it becomes petty more than anything else. It doesn't become.
I agree.
It doesn't become beneficial for you. I would never imagine that LeBron James would do this, and LeBron James is another one that uses haters as his motivation. The guy came under probably the most scrutiny that any athlete has faced for a decision in his life, more so than Kevin Durant, because it was a few years ago. Now it seems like Kevin Durant's is a bigger decision because there's more ways of voicing that outrage. But when LeBron made the decision to go to Miami, holy shit.
The fact is, with Kevin Durant, you just don't stoop to a troll's level.
No.
Ever.
What if you are a troll, though, and you're already at that level?
Oh, yeah. It's a good point. Seriously, holy shit.
See, making fun of myself.
Yeah.
Jason, that's how you do it.